But can we make the background a little bit more interesting? I think so, but first we have to solve something. When you look here, you see something we call lens flare. What's happening is when you look at the strip light from that way, it's hitting my model, but it's also hitting part of my lens. And you know the thing about lens flare, it's not those things you see in the Pixar movies. Well, of course that's also lens flare. But actually what lens flare is, it's an infection of light into your lens. And when you realize that black is the total absence of light, when light hits your lens, you can never have perfect blacks. So when you get lens flare from a strip light, your blacks will wash out. And that's what you see here. On the side of the image, my blacks, and in this case my grays, are washed out. So how do we solve this? We could of course power down the strip light. But in that case I don't have my accent light anymore. So we're going to use something we in the Netherlands call flags. I don't know if you guys also use it, flags or scrims or whatever you call it. Let's take them out and you will see it. Okay, so we have a problem with lens flare. How do we solve it? We use something like that. It's called a flag. It's a large black piece of material. It doesn't matter what it is. If you have a clothing rack at home, go to your do-it-yourself store, buy black cloth, throw it over, as long as it blocks the light. You don't see the light in your lens and the lens flare will be gone. Well, actually, I will show you how to set it up. It's very easy. Okay, I'm on my position now and I'm aiming towards my model. And I will see lens flare because when I move my camera just a little bit like this, I can see the strip light. So I'm going to ask Eric, my assistant for today, just move it in, Eric. Okay, stop there. And I'm now tilting my camera that way. Okay, Eric, come on, move it in. Stop. I'm moving my camera a little bit back. Okay, move it just a little bit more to the left. Perfect. A little bit more to the right. Stop. Perfect. I'm shooting it so it's just out of the frame. It's not in the frame, it's just out. But when I move my camera just a little bit, it will be in the frame. That's the correct way to set up a flag. Don't place it close to the light. What you can do best is place it a little bit in front. So between me and the light source, the flag will be approximately in the middle. On some sets it will be more towards me, on some sets it will be more towards the light. But in reality, don't place it next to the light because it won't work that way. Okay, let's try it again. I will focus on my model. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and let's go to the monitor. And it's a killer shot. Okay guys, as you can see, it's totally gone. There are no more excuses for lens flare. You place a flag, you place it the correct way, and it's very cheap, and it's done. Okay, now let's add something to the background to finish off this one, and then we go into even more high contrast stuff. Okay, what I've done now is I've chosen one extra strobe, in this case an Elinchrom with a grid. So it's just a standard reflector with a grid. And normally you would aim it straight at the background to make the circle kind of stuff. And okay, that's okay, but everybody does it. What I would like you to try at home is just don't do the circle stuff. Place the strobe straight at your background and aim it down to make a beam of light. Because you're using a grid, it will narrow the beam of light and you will get a stunning effect on the background. And you know why the studio has to be dark? Because you can see your lights. Of course now we're shooting at the studio and all the lights are on because the video guys have to film me. I don't know why they have to film me, the model is much more interesting. But in your own studio when it's dark, you can really see what the light is doing. So let's try some shots with this setup. Okay, Dallas, are you ready? 1, 2, launch. Okay, and make the real curve one again with your head all up. 1, 2, 3, jump. Very nice, more power. 1, 2, 3, jump. That's stunning. Okay, let's look at the image on the monitor and you can see what I mean. I've made a really nice diagonal of light. The only thing my model has to do is again stretch her feet. 1, 2, 3, jump. And remember guys, the model wants a good image. I want a good image. Don't think she will be tired, so I won't ask her to jump again. Trust me, she wants the image just as bad as you. So just talk to your model and say, okay, if you want to take a breather, no problem, we stop for 5 minutes. But we really want to nail the shot. And you can pose in the air. As long as you have one pose that's perfect, she will remember how to do it. It won't be exactly the same, but you can change it just a little bit around and it makes it much more interesting. Final one. 1, 2, 3. Always when you say the final one, they try a little bit more. And with me, there are always 10 final ones. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, go. Final one, and now very powerful. Give it all you got. 1, 2, 3, go. That's nice, thank you very much. You can take 5 minutes break. Here she's stretched out, very nice angles. You can see the light hitting her chin. This is nice, curves are nice, and we just clone this one out. And normally I don't clone out stuff, but in this case the little trampoline you have to clone out. While on the subject of the trampoline, you know why the trampoline is there? It's not to make your model jump higher, it's that when she lands, it will soften her landing. Remember, the models are jumping like 10, 20, 30, 40 times. When she jumps on the floor, it will hurt her ankles. In this case, she will land on the trampoline and she has a safe landing. Take out the trampoline and we'll show them that you can also do it without. 1, 2, 3. You see, it can also be done without a trampoline, and then you don't have to shove the trampoline out. But the landing was a little bit more harsh, wasn't it? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let my model run towards me and make a jump. And you will see that I cannot make this shot. I need one more vital piece of setup. But let's try it. Okay, you can run towards me. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Very nice. Well, it was very nice, but the focus will be totally off. And you know why? Because I didn't pre-focus. And you can of course pre-focus. I can do this following thing. I can tell my model, okay, Dallas, could you please stand in the place where the trampoline was? Okay, I can pre-focus on her face now. Okay, I can hold my shutter button. Okay, go all the way back. And now start running towards me and jump at the moment where the trampoline was standing. 1, 2, 3, run. And jump. Very nice. That's one solution. Let's use a lens cap. You can also use $1 or a quarter, or when you're really poor, a cent. I wanted to jump here. And what I'm going to ask my model is I'm not going to pre-focus on my lens cap. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to ask my model to stand on my lens cap. Not stand on it, but stand over it. Very nice. Now I'm pre-focusing on her face. Okay, Dallas, now you can walk through the back, and I want you on your highest point above the lens cap. Do you know what I mean? Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. And this is the best way to pre-focus and pre-plan the shot. With CS5, you can take out the lens cap very easy. You select it and you do the content-aware fill and it's gone. You can even use a clone tool, and you can even do it in Aperture or Lightroom. It's just a lens cap lying on the floor. But remember, she's now running straight at me. I think that from the side it will be a little bit more interesting. Let's try that. Okay, please stand on the lens cap again. I have pre-focused. You can go away now and start running into the frame. 1. And make yourself really long and tall. 1, 2, 3, there we go. That's cool, and that's a way better picture.